Hello. In touch with you, Guru Markets. We start with summary information about the company. A little further, we will consider each parameter in more detail. If you're interested, you can pause it. We invite you to take a closer look at each indicator of the corporation in question. We will look at the main indicators of the organization Summit Midstream Corp, ticker SMC. This review is based on data as of March 31, 2025. According to classification Guru Markets company Summit Midstream Corporation belongs to the subcategory. Otzers Energo, 64 companies participate in the comparison. This is very representative. Look for the order table towards the end of this video. The overall result for the company under study is -6 out of 10 points. The average score for the subcategory is 1.7 points. If you look very broadly, within the US stock market in the aggregate, we can note that the average score for the entire market in total is 1.9 points. Against a score of -6 points for the company Summit Midstream Corp. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Summit Midstream Corp and subcategory shares, we will see that over 12 months the company's shares Summit Midstream Corporation showed a change of 22.1%. Against price changes in the subcategory -1.6%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but we need to keep this fact in mind. Market capitalization of the company Summit Midstream Corp valued at $0.67 billion. With a subcategory market capitalization of $230 billion. Summit Midstream Corp has a share of 0.294% and is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is estimated at $0.36 billion, with a subcategory capitalization of $115 billion. Summit Midstream Corporation accounts for 0.31% share. Having made a comparison of the shares occupied by the exchange and book value, we see the following. Occupied shares Summit Midstream Corp in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 0.294%. The book value is 0.31%, which is 5% more than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory, good, 1 point. The analyzed organization's financial liabilities amount to $0.593 billion. Debt to book capitalization amounts to 164.7% of the company's capital. Score based on the company's debt level, bad, -1 point. The ratio of the company's market value to its profit is 0. With an average for the subcategory of 16.5, which is significantly worse than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's stock market value to its profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory, very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$136 million. Projected earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. This is bad for the company's prospects. Assessment of expected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory, bad, -1 point. The company's value to revenue ratio is 1.6. The average for subcategory 1 is 60% higher than for subcategory. Assessment of the company's market price to revenue indicator in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, tolerable, -0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $430 million. Forward revenue for the next 12 months is unknown, which is bad for the company's prospects. Assessment of the expected future sales indicator in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, bad, -1 point. The margin is -31.6%, with an average for the subcategory of 5.9%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 37.5%. Assessment of sales margins in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 0.057%. This is 416% less than the share of market capitalization. And this reflects the imbalance of the company's current exchange value Summit Midstream Corp, rather towards revaluation. The amount of capital per company employee is $2,479,000. And in the subcategory, there are $485,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 411.1%. Assessment of the volume of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per employee minus $498,200, with an average for the subcategory of $29,300. And the difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 1,601%. Assessment of profit per individual employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory, tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's sales volume per employee is $1,579,000. By subcategory, $493,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 220%. Estimation of the volume of revenue for each employee of the company in comparison with indicators in the subcategory, tolerable, -0.5 points. The volume of short transactions is 0.6%, with an average for the subcategory of 4.9%. This is a short squeeze indicator. Indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 29% for the company Summit Midstream Corporation. In the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is 49%. Potentially, securities of the subcategory are valued higher than those of Summit Midstream Corporation. The company's current stock price is approximately $34.20. The consensus price target for the company's shares is approximately $21.99. The dynamics of the current estimate and consensus forecast are approximately -36%. Let's look at the order table. It is available. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all decisions previously made in a given season by the information and reference evaluation System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open. Link in pinned comment. Based on the company assessment Summit Midstream Corp. Information and reference System.GURU.Markets, a decision has been made. Open a sell trade at a price of $34.21 per share. The order was opened due to the fact that the company has a rather low valuation. The company's assessment was carried out based on the assessment approach, the Akeem's Index. Take profit is set at 30.25. Stop loss is set at 38.17. In case the order is not closed by take profit or stop loss, then the order is fixed independently based on the trading results on April 30th, 2025, or on the last working day before this date. Ticker, RES, will be the main buy order. The video on the main order has already been published on this channel. In case of closing of any of the orders, main or balancing, Another order is fixed at the current price. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for using the information and help system from Guru Markets.